Namaste, everybody. Hope you're all doing well. Today, we're going to talk a little bit about Pratyahara, which is one of the 8 limbs of yoga, which so far we've covered asana, which is the physical practice, some meditation, dhyana. We've gotten to a few others as well, but Pratyahara is the ability to draw your focus within. So when we step on the mat, as I've said before, you think of it as a time to let go of the external world and focus on yourself, on what you're feeling. In this practice, we'll do a few things that attune themselves to the practice of Pratyahara. Today you'll probably just need a blanket and your journal. We're going to start by coming into a child's pose. So if you need to, you can set the blanket in between your thighs and your calves. You let your elbows come down, you rest your head and close your eyes. And just give yourself a moment to arrive. Start to tune in on your breathing. And wherever you are in this moment, just be accepting of it. Acknowledge what you brought here today. Whether it's the thoughts of the past, of what you've been moving through so far this week, or maybe projection into the future of what's to come. Acknowledging that, becoming a witness to what is, brings awareness into the present. Take a full breath in, and as you exhale, let yourself relax a little bit more deeply. And notice how that the more that you let go, the more that you're supported by the earth underneath you. Okay, from here, let's come up onto 4s in table pose. If you want to use your blanket underneath your knees, you can. And we'll take a few rounds of cat-cow, breathing in to lift the head, tilting the tailbone up. Exhaling to round the back, tuck the chin in, empty the breath out, and bring your hips back towards your heels. Continue this way a few rounds, inhaling forward, getting some movement through the spine, exhaling back, connected to breath. So the reason that we're focusing on Pratyahara or sensory withdrawal today is because how important it is, especially whenever you're trying to survive a stressful period in your life. It's important to come back to yourself, right? It's important to take time to be still. Come back to neutral spine. Place your left hand at the center of your mat and breathe your right arm up into the air. As you exhale, take the right hand behind the left, reach across and rest on the right shoulder. Left arm can go forward. Keep your breathing steady. We'll take the left hand back, press up, and once again with the right arm, reach up high and lower. Switching sides, left arm reaches, breathe in. Exhale, left hand behind the right, reach across. And the right arm forward. And let your eyes close and relax into the earth. Take the right hand back, press up. Left arm reaches, breathe in. And lower. Okay. With your fingers spread out, your hands shoulder distance apart, tuck your toes under and press into downward facing dog. I'm going to bring your feet kind of wide, mat distance apart, let your knees bend. Drop your heart toward the earth. Feel your navel pull towards your spine. Breathing in, come forward in plank. You could bring your knees to the earth for this pose. And from a flat plane, exhale, lower to the earth. Breathing in, lift the heart and shoulders. If it feels alright, straighten your arms and go a little bit higher. And as you exhale, we'll come back into child's pose. Okay. Come to a seated position. You can use your blanket to sit on. And we'll extend the right leg out in front. Let the left knee bend. Okay. Take a deep breath. And then as you exhale, bow toward your right shin. Try not to push yourself. You might even just let your palms turn to face up. Allowing gravity to draw you over. Deep breathing. Good. And we'll come up Remember to let go of expectations. If you feel like you need to be somewhere in a pose, take those thoughts out and just remember to find that where you are is where you're meant to be. Everybody's different. Everybody's going to look differently. So press into both hands on the left side of you and lift up. Bring your left knee underneath your left hip. So this left thigh is straight up and down. Left hand is underneath your left shoulder and the right foot is flat against the floor. Breathe in, reach the right arm up for bent knee side plank. The more you bring your left foot behind you, the more easy it'll be to balance. Breathing into the right side, stretch your right arm forward. As you exhale, and come back down to the earth. Changing sides, this time the left leg extends. Take a deep breath. Right knee's bent, the right foot into the left thigh. Fold forward over your shin. One breath at a time. Slide your hands back and we'll come up. Placing both hands on the right side. Press into the earth, lift up. Right knee underneath the right hip. Left foot flat. Right hand underneath the right shoulder. Breathe the left arm up. Press into the outer edge of your left foot. Maybe you lean back a little. Reach the left arm forward for a deep side bend. Take both hands to the earth. Come back into a plank pose, push-up position. Press the floor away. Pull your navel to your spine. Remember, you can lower your knees to the earth. As you exhale, come down. Inhale, lift the heart, shoulders. And if it feels all right, straighten the arms into upward facing dog. Exhale into downward facing dog. Few deep breaths here. Knees bent, navel pulled in, hips lifted. And bring knees back to the earth and sink back into child's pose. Deep breaths here. forward. You can sit on your blanket and bring the soles of your feet together. Let your knees open to the side. Take a deep breath. Sit up tall. When you exhale, start to go forward toward your feet. Just relaxing into the pose. Remember, you don't have to push or struggle. And rising up, take your hands behind you, bring your knees together. Feet hip distance apart, 6 inches or so. Press into the earth with your hands and feet. Lift your heart, and if it feels okay, lift your hips up. Reverse table. Breathing. Exhale, come back down. Take a comfortable seated position, crossing your legs. And breathe the left arm up. Turn to your left. And place your hand behind you. Right hand to the left knee. Turn your head over your left shoulder and take a deep breath. As you exhale, maybe twist a little bit deeper. Come back to center. Breathe the right arm up. Turn right. Left hand to the right knee. Breathe over the right shoulder. Back to center. Walk your hands forward. Fold over your legs. You could rest your head on a block. Come up. So for this next part, we'll be using mudra, which mudra translates to tool of the mind. It's a technology that yogis would use. This particular mudra, the Sanmukhi mudra, translates to healthy face, and it's a way to practice Pratyahara, sensory withdrawal, just with the use of the hands on the face. So what we'll do is we'll place the first finger, the index finger, over the eyebrows, the middle finger over the eyelids gently. The ring finger goes toward the corners of the nostrils, and the pinky fingers the corners of the mouth. Your thumbs will fold your ears in, pressing the ears gently into the head. And that way, your ears are covered, your eyes are covered, and we can step inward. So we're going to take 30 deep breaths here. Just breathing in through the nose, out through the nose. Taking your focus within. If it helps you to count your breaths, then count them. About halfway there. Last few breaths. Keeping your eyes closed, you can release your hands down to your lap or resting on your knees. Relax your shoulders down. We'll take another minute or two just to rest quietly within meditation, staying in connection to the breath. And if at this time you feel like there's still a lot going on in your mind, then whenever you do feel your thoughts taking you out of the present moment, you can ground yourself by visualizing something like a candle burning vibrantly within the mind's eye, just as a way to pull your attention back into the present, into the here and now. Same thing with the breath. Each breath is like an anchor, keeping you grounded. Gently open your eyes, and we will take a moment to bow in, honoring the practice, honoring yourself and the energy that you put forth here today to connect with yourself, to nourish yourself with stillness. Asking that we can take the peace that we've cultivated here on the mat today, bring it with us as we step into the world, to share with others, to be a light and a guide. Namaste. Alright, hope that was helpful for you today. This is a practice you can do anytime, with or without the mudra. 5-10 minutes of just sitting, especially if you're in an environment where there's a lot going on, a lot of stress happening. So remember that these tools are there for you. You could always revisit the video as well. So with that, for your journal today, I'd like you to write about this experience in meditation and Pratyahara. Whatever thoughts or feelings came up during the meditation or afterwards, jot those down and explore that. Till next time, in Lakesh Alakin, I am another you.